As we grow professionally, it's important to not allow stress, disappointment, and rejection stop us from being productive. What do you do when obstacles creep in? When your plans are derailed? Sometimes when we start to feel unappreciated, we fall into that trap of quiet quitting. I know when I start to feel underappreciated or that my work is not being seen, or even when I start to feel stagnant, I can tend to pull back. This is my chance to be a little candid. I remember a time when I applied for a position I really thought that I was going to get, and I ended up not getting it. I think we've all been there. I feel like I had wasted so much time to be told that you're still not ready yet. I talked to a mentor of mine the next day and I told her, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this anymore. I felt embarrassed and worthless. I also explained how we were in the middle of a major project at the time and I didn't think that I was going to be able to keep up the momentum. First, she acknowledged how I felt. She assured me that I was not worthless and that the time that I had put in was not wasted. She also told me, she said it very straightforward. She said, you are going to finish this project and you're going to finish it with more momentum than you had going into it. She said, whenever you feel like drawing back, you need to lean in hard. For me, I thought she was crazy. I was just rejected for a position that I really thought that I was ready for. But one thing that she told me that will always stick with me is that people are going to remember what you do after a rejection. Hi, I'm Lauren Janae, the corporate coach, and today we are going to talk about how to deal with rejection on the job. So rejection comes in many forms. Sometimes it's with not getting a promotion. Other times it could be a sales pitch that's not acknowledged, or even a project proposal that is rejected. And we all know that rejection stings. It's never fun to deal with. But here are 5 steps to deal with workplace rejection. The first, and if you've ever watched my videos, you probably already know what I'm going to say, but the first is being self-aware. Acknowledge that you are feeling upset, mad, angry, whatever those feelings are. Don't just bury them deep within yourself. It's just going to cause you to explode later. So you want to give yourself some time to be upset. We all know that everything needs a grieving process. So allow yourself to grieve that time that you put into the project, the sales pitch, getting yourself ready for an interview, all of that. Allow yourself time to grieve. Once you've acknowledged those feelings, we can move on to the next step. The next step is to talk to a trusted person. I would generally say outside of your organization. Talk to a mentor, talk to a trusted family member, talk to somebody who's going to help you get through the situation. The second is to get feedback. Some organizations will have feedback sessions when there are things that don't go right. So say, for example, you don't get the promotion or your sales pitch does not go through. I would highly encourage you to go and request feedback, even if they don't offer it. So go in, set up a meeting, a formal meeting, where you guys can document why something did not go through. And you can just ask, I want to know what I can do differently with this proposal that will help it go through the next time. What was missing out of it? What can I do? How can I grow? Those are the type of questions that you need to ask. And then, of course, take everything with a grain of salt. There may be some situations where a proposal can't go through just because the organization is not financially ready to allow a proposal to go through. The third is to implement the feedback where you can. So implement the feedback in situations or request to be put into situations where you can implement the feedback. So for example, if you don't get a promotion because they say you lack experience, then find out specifically in what area or what part of the competencies regarding that position do you lack. The third is to implement the feedback. So request areas where you can implement some of the feedback. So for example, if you're told that you didn't get a promotion because you lack experience, ask specifically what experience do you lack, and then try to be a part of projects where you're able to flex that muscle. You may feel out of your depth at first, but the more you're able to flex that muscle, the more you're able to work in that area, you'll gain the experience that you need for the next time you try to apply for that job. The last one, and it can be a little harder to do, is don't talk about it. I know we want to tell everyone about how a proposal didn't go through or how a promotion didn't go well, but I'm telling you, we don't want to be that person in the organization where all we do is be negative about everything that happens. And it's important to remember that whatever you talk about with one person is more than likely to spread to other people within the organization. And we don't want to be that person who only talks about gossip and negative things that happen to us. And also, we don't want to burn bridges with people who can help us get to the next level. I know it's hard dealing with rejection. Believe me, I know the utter heartbreak it feels when something is not going the way that you want it to go. But you build strength, character, and professionalism when people are able to see what you do with that rejection. The opportunity will come around again and you will be ready to excel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, do all the things. I really appreciate it. And as always, have a great rest of your week.